Hi there, and welcome to Jim's Gems. I'm Jim Hartman. Today's Silly Thought Thumper is about the trauma caused by the vehicles that travel on the highways we spoke about in an earlier Thought Thumper. Yeah, or maybe it's really just the drivers that create all this Vandemonium. How many of you good folks drive one of those great big beautiful vans we see on our highways? Yeah, I mean Mini, Maxi, Mutation, or Monstrosity. Yeah, well, I've been wondering lately if you good folks who drive those fantastic vehicles have any idea what an abomination you and your gorgeous obstacle obstructions are to those of us simple folks who don't. Yeah, I mean, when you park your pride and joy in a parking lot, you totally obscure the several lesser vehicles like mine on your blind side, making it extremely difficult for us to even locate our modest mode of mobility, and to make it safe entry to it well nigh impossible. Yeah, to say nothing about the frustration we experience when we try to rejoin the traffic flow while being virtually invisible to all those moving vehicles, and those self-saying moving vehicles equally invisible to us. Well, that is, until we've already fondled fenders without a proper introduction. And now then, this is the least of our worries. Yes, you bet it is. While traveling at high speed on the aforementioned highways, we are unable to even imagine those flashy, expensive roof-mounted safety lights on the rear of the vehicles ahead of you, should we happen to be trapped behind you, because you're actually traveling too slow, yeah, which I must admit is a rarity. I mean, I have no idea whatsoever what is in that space ahead of you until we try to re-enter the slower lane, and we find ourselves utterly and completely trapped in the passing lane, tightly tailed by one of your partners in crime in an even larger lumber bus, who seems to think that speed kills, yeah, only the other guy. In short, it would seem to me that those of us in the lower echelon of vehicular society should be due some sort of compensation for the inconvenience, discomfort, anxiety, and expense we've incurred. That was caused totally by those of you who can obviously afford to pay. Yeah, I suggest a 1 cent per mile travel tax. That's $1 for every 100 miles, to be paid by the driver of any vehicle which obstructs the view of another, to be paid equally to the persons insured, to be paid and split equally between any persons insured in this accident caused by your inconsiderate, exorbitant purchase. Yeah, and those of us who suffer symptoms of stress caused by the same. Yes, I'm feeling that stress. I hereby register my retroactive claim in the amount of $2,000 for the treatment of ulcers, hypertension, headache, nausea, and other illnesses yet to be identified. Enough said. But I sure wish I could afford to drive one of those gorgeous, gas-guzzling gargantuans. If you enjoy this silly Thought Thumper, remember this. You feel better if you share it, yes, and so will I. You might even subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive future Thought Thumpers. Yes, thank you. Then you could take a minute and visit my website, www.jimsgems.net, to read more of my fun and foolishness all for yourself. Yeah, and all for free. See you in the movies.